You wake up before the city does, not because you want to, but because the cold of the concrete floor won't let you sleep any longer. Your shell feels like a tomb this morning, heavy, damp, and smelling of the cheap, citrus-scented degreaser that has soaked into your skin over the last 3 years. You are a Squirtle. In the old world, the one your DNA whispers about when the garage is quiet, you were a creature of the tides. You were meant to feel the crush of the deep ocean and the sting of salt spray. But in the 21st century, the only tide you know is the 8 a.m. rush. The only salt you feel is the winter runoff from the undercarriages of SUVs that don't even slow down when they pull into your bay. You reach into a bucket of gray, foamy water. Your hand is wrinkled and pale. You pick up the sponge. It's tattered, gray, and heavy with the filth of 1,000 commutes. You don't look at the driver in the first car. You stopped looking a long time ago. To them, you aren't a living being with a lineage that predates their paved roads. You are a biological appliance, a cost-saving measure for a boss who realized a Squirtle costs less than a high-pressure pump system. You begin the dance. Slam. The sponge hits the fender. Drag. You pull the soot away. Squeeze. The gray water runs down your arms and disappears into the rusted floor drain. You spend 4 hours on your knees scrubbing brake dust. Your fingers are pruning, the skin becoming soft and vulnerable to the harsh chemicals in the soap. Every bubble of foam that hits your eyes feels like a tiny, stinging reminder that you don't belong here. The boss sits in his glass booth, perched above the bay like a gargoyle. He's drinking coffee that costs more than your daily ration of pellets. Taped to his window, facing you, is a postcard. It's a shot of the Alolan coast. The water is a blue you haven't seen in years. A blue that doesn't exist in a bucket. You stare at it while you scrub. You imagine the taste of that water. Is it sweet? Does it feel like freedom? Or is it just another thing owned by someone with a bank account? A teenager in a sports car tosses a half-empty soda cup out his window. It splashes near your feet, the sticky brown liquid mixing with your soap. He doesn't apologize. He's looking at his phone, waiting for the clean light to flash so he can leave this damp hellhole. You reach down, pick up the trash, and put it in the bin. You have no voice here. You only have the rhythm. Slam, drag, squeeze. You know you are 50% water, but you feel like you are 50% owned. You aren't a name anymore. You aren't even a species. On the monitor in the booth, you are a data point, asset 007. You feel the itch first. It's not the itch of growth. It's the itch of bone trying to tear through skin. You are huddled in the corner of the bay, the moon through the skylight turning your blue skin to a ghostly gray. You feel the pressure building in your chest, in your shell, in your very soul. You are expanding. Your tail thickens into a heavy, wet weight. The small, soft fins on your head grow into ears that can hear every drip of the leaking pipes. You evolve. The next day, the boss walks in. He stops. He looks at you like a man who just found a $20 bill on the street. "Well, look at you," he says. "I knew you had a growth spurt coming. This is a Tier 2 upgrade." He picks up his phone. "Yeah, send the technician over. The asset just hit the next phase. I need the Mark IV bracket, high pressure. They don't use a Pokeball. They use a winch." You feel the cold bite of the steel as they lower the harness onto your new shell. Clang. The metal sits heavy on your spine. Rat-tat-tat. The pneumatic wrench screams as they bolt the frame directly into the notches of your shell. They connect the hoses to the new cannons on your shoulders. You are no longer manual prep. You are now Station 1, high-pressure stripping. The boss stands back, admiring the work. He pins a small plastic team lead badge to the strap of your harness. The machine does the work. You just provide the focus. The first time you fire, the recoil almost breaks your legs. The water isn't a stream anymore. It's a blade. It tears the mud off the car in seconds. But the pressure works both ways. Every gallon you blast out feels like a gallon of your own strength being siphoned away. You look through the mist at the boss's office. The postcard has changed. It's now the Whirl Islands, a Lugia-shaped rock formation surrounded by endless crashing waves of pure white foam. You look at the postcard, then you look at the dirty, high-pressure hose bolted to your shoulder. You know you are 75% water, but you feel like you are 75% owned. The drought didn't come with a warning. It came with a dry pipe. The city reservoirs are at 2%. The governor cut the industrial lines at midnight. In the wash bay, the silence is louder than the machines ever were. You feel the weight of your new form, a Blastoise. You are 3,000 pounds of biological siege engine bolted to a wall that no longer has any water to give. The boss walks in. He isn't wearing his usual work boots. He's wearing expensive loafers and a Hawaiian shirt. He doesn't look at you. He looks at the for sale sign he's carrying. "The city's dead, big guy," he mutters. "No water means no business. I'm out. Heading to the coast. Can't take you with me. Shipping a Blastoise is more than the car is worth." He approaches the harness. He doesn't use the key. He uses bolt cutters. The iron girders that have held you upright for years fall away, clattering onto the dry concrete. For the first time in a decade, you have to support your own weight. Your legs tremble. Your joints scream. You are a mountain that has forgotten how to move. He walks to the door. "You're decommissioned," he says, tossing a final handful of dry pellets onto the floor. "Maybe someone in the city needs a heavy lifter or a lawn ornament. Good luck." He leaves. The garage door stays open. You stand in the center of the empty bay. You look at your cannons. They are rusted. They are stained. They are useless. You look at the open street. The rain hits the pavement. You take a step. Your legs groan. You walk to the threshold. The rain hits your shell, washing away years of grease. You could find another garage. You could be owned by someone else. It's safe. It's what you know. Or you could walk toward the smell of the salt. It's miles away, through the concrete, through the fences. You don't know if you'll make it. You look down at your hands, the hands that used to hold a sponge. You look at the street. You know you are 99% water. For the first time in your life, you are 0% owned.